Hello, beautiful people. This is Asa Leveaux, not Asa, not Asa, not Asia. I am Asa Leveaux. If you have no idea what it is that I do, well, please know that through my business, through my business concierge agency called The Wealth Spa, I provide premium done-for-you solutions to entrepreneurial experts so that they can create 7 figures faster. Our last client benefited from over 4,000% return on their investment. That is not a typo. That is not me remembering wrong. If you want to know how I got to that calculation, feel free to message me. So today, I will be talking about government contracts. I am at home now, and I desire to support you in a non-payment way, because let me be very clear, my business is information. I get paid to support people with information, and I don't feel any way negative about that at all, because I know more than quite a few people, and that's okay. There are other people that know a lot more about things that I know nothing about, and we go to those individuals and we pay them for that information. So it's okay that I do this. If you are tuning in, whether right now or later, I would love to know where you're from and what business you have or what business you are thinking about having. So today, first off, it's National Coming Out Day. I've already made a couple posts about National Coming Out Day today. And as a queer individual and as someone who definitely has a heart for queer entrepreneurs, queer business owners, I see y'all, even the ones that act like I don't see y'all. I see you too. However, I won't tell anybody I see you. I will let that be your own secret until you are ready for that not to be a secret, because I don't out anyone. So let's talk about the State Supplier Expo that happened in Oklahoma City today. First off, it was a phenomenal event. This is the second year that it has taken place, and it was just really dope. So what it was, the Oklahoma State Supplier Expo was an event. It was like from 8:30 until 1. The intention of it was to bring individuals who desired to do business with any of the, I believe it's 17 state agencies. So like Department of Agriculture, Department of Transportation, Department of Public Safety, Department of Science and Technology. So different departments. So the intention was, if you desire to do business with them, they had breakout sessions and meet and greets, networking opportunities that would allow you to do just that. It did not cost at all. I have been telling people about this since I found out about it maybe 6 to 8 months ago. I don't remember exactly when I found out, but I'm on the list to find out. And I told people, I've been telling all kinds of, if you're my client in Oklahoma, you definitely knew. And I will say, it's not frequented as well as it could be frequented. It is something that I think people are sleeping on. And if you are a minority business, woman-owned business, veteran-owned business, service-disabled veteran-owned business, whether you're brand spanking new or like decades in the game and you did not go, I have to ask you, why would you not go? Why would you not go? So let me tell you something that I do know. So for instance, the Department of Transportation, the Oklahoma Department of Transportation, what does that control? All transportation means. So everything from the airports in Tulsa, Oklahoma City, to streetcars. So we have a trolley in downtown Oklahoma City. So there, I don't know if it is now, but I knew at one time the black woman who had the contract, to clean the trolleys or the streetcars in downtown Oklahoma City, that's a thing. And she could possibly have gone through something like this, but if you wanted to replace her, let's say she doesn't do it anymore, and you wanted to get in, this is how you would get in. And no, you don't have to have a certification to do it. No, you don't have to pay money to get in. None of that is real. So some changes that happened for Oklahoma State, as far as the supplier, being a vendor and all those things, some things that really cool that happened. Number one, you no longer have to pay to do business with the state of Oklahoma at all. Like, you don't have to do that. So that is phenomenal, because I remember having to pay a fee to be registered with the state of Oklahoma as a business. Not only did you have to pay, you had to pay for each code. So I believe the codes they use are the United Nations specific type of codes, where in the federal government you use NICS code, which are North American Industry Classification codes. And with every code says what you do. So let's say you're a business and you do, let's say you are really good at training, but you're also really good at software. Well, that's 2 codes. So before now, you would have to pay $25 per code after you already paid to register. So there was definitely a financial barrier of entry to getting into this this field, and that has been removed. So now you don't have to pay to register. You don't have to pay. Now you need to have a business. Let's just be very clear. You need to have an actual business. So if you register, you have an LLC, you have an S corp, you have a C corp, whatever. Like, that's good. That's really dope, and you should have that. And you should definitely find out what's available, because people don't realize. A lot of times when I talk to individuals, this is my experience. When I talk to individuals, it is like, and it's like, Asa, so I don't think I'm good enough, or I have a business that the government would not want to do business with me. And I'm like, well, why would you say that? And the response that I get, well, I know I don't have a construction business. I don't have a manufacturing firm. And I'm like, so? Do you know that if you are a barber, yes, let's go down that route. If you are a barber, who in the federal government needs barbers? Federal prisons. So let's say you are a barber, and especially when I know about black barbers. Black barbers, you're gonna get like $20 a head for the most part, ish. $20 ish per head. So let's say you do 10 heads, that's, $400, but you gotta pay booth rent, right? So imagine getting a $10,000 a month contract to cut hair for a federal prison. Just imagine. So that's what I'm saying. You might think that your business is not a qualified business or a good enough business to work with the federal government or the state government. And I'm here to tell you, do not believe that, or you don't have to keep believing that, all right? So one thing that I've been talking about the last couple of days is that I was making sure that my capability statement was correct. So this is my capability statement. This is the front and back of my capability statement. So as you can see, that's what it looks like on the front, and that's what it looks like on the back. All right. Now, if you're like, Asa, I would love to see your digital capability statement so I have something to go on, feel free to message me and I can send you or show you where to go to get the capability statement. And so a capability statement is basically a resume, a 1 to 2 page resume for your business. So it literally states your capabilities. It lets people know what you are capable of doing. So any past performance, which is essentially clients that you've worked with, that's going to be on there. Of course, information about your business, that's going to be on there. Something called a cage code if you're going after federal contracts. Let's see, your unique ID identifier, that's also from a federal perspective. Your DUNS number, even though DUNS numbers are no longer needed for federal contracts. All those things, your overview of your organization, all those things are what's needed on a capability statement. Now, of course, many people came today with business cards. I did not come with business cards because my capability statement has everything that my business card would. It has everything on there. So that's something that people need to know, how to create a capability statement, because that's the marketing. That's a marketing tool for your business when it comes to state and federal contracts. All right, so something else that I want you to know, if you are desiring to go after federal contracts, please, 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 just do it. Register your business for System Award Management. That's we call that SAM, System Award Management, SAM. So the website is sam.gov, SAM.gov. If you are a veteran, that's Sierra Alpha Mike .golf Oscar Victor, okay? sam.gov to register your business on the federal level. Now, if you are on the Oklahoma State level, because I don't know about any other states, I live in Oklahoma. My thing is, let's maximize Oklahoma first for me before I go doing the other states. And so I believe it's supplieroklahoma.com. However, I'm looking at my thing that I got today, and I'm not seeing it. So if you can do a search for Oklahoma Supplier website, it'll come up. I promise you, it will come up. So what I've learned today is that anyone can bid. Anyone. If you have a business, if you haven't registered for the Oklahoma Supplier website, like you haven't actually put every single aspect of your business in that portal, you can still bid, and it does not cost you anything. You can bid off of anything that's open. So any open solicitations that are out there, bid for them. Bid for them. Why would you not bid for them? And the bidder's information, that's where you would go find out what's needed for that. And I wrote that down. So when you go to the website and you click on an open solicitation, meaning that's something that's open for bid, you click on it and you find something called bidder instructions. Yes, bidder instructions. So when you click on that, that's going to give you every single thing that you need to bid on that particular contract. Now, you don't need to actually register for it until you get a contract awarded to you, okay? After that time, then you can actually worry about registering. So you don't have to register, even though it doesn't cost anything anymore, and your codes are free. All of those things are free now. You don't have to actually do that process until a contract is awarded to you. By the way, if you're seeing this in the moment and you have questions, feel free. completely feel free to send your questions because I would love to answer them in the moment. And if I do not have that answer, I'm not going to sit here and hem and haw and go around the fence and act like I know something that I have no idea about. Because my thing is, even though I do have clients that I desire to make a reality for them to get contracts, my acumen is not specifically in the contracting world, but I do know that as another revenue stream. So that's why I do know about that. All right. So again, make sure that you have your capability statement. It was nice also today. I know that some places in Oklahoma, I'm not recognized, which is cool. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just saying, sometimes I walk in a place in Oklahoma and I'm not recognized, and that's cool. But I loved being recognized in places that matter to me. And business world, especially in Oklahoma, that matters to me. So it was dope going to state agency tables with the intent of networking and finding out what they have. And they're like, Asa. And I'm like, I don't remember who you are. And then they remind me that they either heard me speak, they went to a workshop, or they networked with me at another event. I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember you. So I love being recognized in places that matter to me. Also, now I've already showed you my capability statement, and now let me show you some things that they were offering today. So we are going to take, okay, so there is a department called licensing and regulation, all right? Licensing and regulation. This is what they were giving out today. So this is what they were offering today. I'm going to say this again. This is what was at every single table. So as you can see, it gives you the secretary of that organization, whoever is the person that, the point of contact for the organization. You have a picture, you have a name, you have an email, you have information about that department. And then these bullet points were things that were currently they were either open now, so these are open solicitations now, or these are items that are getting ready to be solicited in the next 60 to 90 days. So for the Department of Licensing and Regulation, or the Licensing and Regulation Agency of Oklahoma, they're currently looking for building renovations and maintenance, event planning, enhanced communication and technology, printing services, landscaping, catering, and video production. And that's just one of 17 agencies that was at the Oklahoma State Supplier Expo today. So, of course, now, the way I see this, okay, let me go back to my capability statement. All right, so again, this is my capability statement, okay? Got it? And this is the back. So right here, this little blue part, those are my NAC codes as of in this moment. I already wrote down, based on today, I know I need to add a few more NICS codes. So I'm 541611 administrative management in general. I know that I'm 611430 professional and management development training. I know that I am 711510 independent artists, writers, and performers. Why? Because they put speaking. I'm a professional speaker. I've been speaking since I was 12, and if I am a speaker, they're probably going to have speakers under 711510. So that's why I put them. So everything that I can do is on here. Also, anything that I have a friend for, anything that is around me. So for instance, I have a friend who is a black belt with Lean Six Sigma, which is project management. I also have quite a few barbers, In my sphere, in my circle, I have quite a few musicians in my circle. I have security individuals in my circle. So my mother is the head chaplain of one of the largest hospitals in the state. So anything that they have, I can do a NAICS code because I am the company. As long as I provide the service, it's good. So essentially, let's say they were looking for a chaplain at an office, right? And they were like, well, the thing is 75,000, and we only need that person to come in and do a prayer. Like that person only needs to come in and do a prayer once a month, but they're going to pay 75,000 for the year. Well, I can literally tell my mama, hey, mama, I'm going to pay you, $3,000 to $5,000 per month to come in and do this one prayer, and then my company will pocket the remainder of it because we have to manage the contract. So anybody that's affiliated under me, that's what it is. And so I'm telling you the same thing. So if the Licensing and Regulation Agency is looking for event planning, guess what? I know one of the best event planners. Her name is Rhonda White in Oklahoma City. I could be like, I got somebody, because let's say Rhonda, and I know Rhonda, so Rhonda's not going to be tripping about that. So let's say I say, Rhonda, do you want to register with the state? And she's like, no, I'm not trying to do all that paperwork. I'm like, well, let me register. Let me put you as one of my NAT codes. And then when we bid it, I will subcontract the business to you. That's what I'm saying to you all. So it doesn't have to be everything that you know. It doesn't have to be everything that you possess. What's around you? Now, remember that if you don't come correct when it's time to deliver on the contract, like that's your ass. That's your ass. And it will not look well if the federal government, whether the federal or state government chooses to not work with you because you don't do good work. That will not end well for you. I'm here to tell you that is not a good thing at all. However, if you have that ability, then why not? Why not? So I'm saying all of it to say that I hope you will just consider another revenue stream. So, because everything doesn't have to be so hard. Sometimes we focus so much on, I need to sell this for $100. I need to sell this for $300. And we're missing tens of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars on the table. A lot of times when I'm in government contracting, state level contracting rooms, people aren't talking about anything under $100,000. I personally, in my agency, the Wealth Spa, so let's be very clear. This did say Leveaux Group. I'm very clear about that. I never talk about Leveaux Group because Leveaux Group is what we are registered. We are registered that way. However, the brands underneath the Leveaux Group, that's different. So the brand, what I talked about when I first introduced myself on this video, was the Wealth Spa, where we what? That's where we provide premium done-for-you solutions to entrepreneurial experts. So we have a package that's $150,000. Why do we do that? Because that's where we focus. We desire to go after that level of money. We're doing done for you. We're not saying $150,000 is for coaching, even though there are people who do that. They tell you $100,000 to work with me, and all you're gonna do is coaching, and you're gonna meet with me like every other week, and I'm not gonna do anything for you. And we're like, well, for $150,000, we'll do your sales, we'll do your book, we'll do your speaking engagement, we'll do your media, we'll do your branding, we'll do your trademarking, we'll do all of it. Let us do all of it for the entire year for $150,000. So it's just about what you want to focus on. You can focus out here, like if you're a caterer, Or you have someone in your world who's a caterer, and they're like, well, I want to sell chicken plates or lobster plates or whatever kind of plate, and it's really good food, but you make like 50 plates a day and they're $10 a plate. That's pretty good money. I'm not tripping. I'm not making anybody feel bad about selling chicken plates, because I have been hungry on a side of town where somebody's like, yo, so-and-so is here with the plates. I'm like, bet. Can I cash out you? I need a plate. So it's not about that at all. But it's about, are you going to miss a $5,000 to $50,000 a month payday because you worrying about, or you're focused so much on these 50 plates, or catering people's birthdays, or performing? Like, government people need performances. They have galas, they have events, they have conferences, and they desire to have performers. So are you worried about everybody in your city? I'm getting in your face. Are you truly worried about everybody in your city who won't pay you, or is talking about, I had $150 or $200? Are you worried about them because you're not willing to go after, a six-figure contract to do the exact same thing that is consistent and repeatable? Like, are you serious right now? That doesn't make great sense to me. It just don't make good sense. That's all. Because let me be very clear. And yes, I see Veronica is saying something, that I hear you say something about the Wealth Spa. Let's talk. Yes, so the Wealth Spa, we do premium done-for-you solutions. So if you can message me, please message me. That lets me know that I have the ability to care. Once someone messages me and inquires me, that means I have permission to care about what you do. Minimally. Now, I get to care maximum once you pay. Once you pay, I'm all up in your business. And I do my best to support you with clarity. I'm getting very good, well, much better about clarity now. I was not always good. Let's just be very clear about that. But growth. That's what we call that, growth. So, LaTanya. Oh, like Miss Tanya? Like my mama's friend, Miss Tanya? So I think that's who this LaTanya Williams is. So I just got a message that says, is this for me in any way? Most definitely is for you. If it's the person that okay, so she said yes. Yes. So you and your children, so her children are my age and younger, but her children are dope. Like, they have degrees and businesses and everything. If you all came together under the umbrella, your NAICS codes would just be long, like so long, because of all the different things that you guys are able to supply the government with. And so even though when you are my client, I tell people you need to focus, you need to be clear, because your prospective client needs to understand what it is you do, so that you are not perceived as a jack of all trades, master of none. However, when it comes to the federal government, they're like, you need to let us know all the trades that you could do for us. Please let us know. So it does not behoove you, it does not benefit you on a capability statement, nor in talks with the government, to just say, I only do this one thing. No, they want to know all the things. That's really the only prospective client that I would tell you to do that for. A regular person is not looking for you to say, I do all the things at all. Please don't do that. But for the federal government, yes. So Miss Tanya, yes. And if you would like for me to support you in that, I can. Please let me know the best way to reach out to you if you would like my support. I do my best not to assume, but I would love to support you. I really would. Truly, I really would. I think that's it for now. Again, if this has supported you and you feel like it supports someone else, please invite them to this recording, because I would love to support them and provide more. If you would like for me to say more information about a particular topic, I'm also here. I take these and I put them on YouTube. Not maybe right after, but I do. So I'm available that way as well. I am getting ready for a 2-day virtual summit called Millionaire Experts Live. The intention behind that is to really show you how you can scale your business with the Wealth Spa, how we can support you in that. So we take, like I said, we take over everything for you. This is not a DIY. This is not coaching. This is not, it's a little coaching, but not much. So we actually take care of what I call the 4 pillars of business: sales, marketing, operation, and finance. We actually take over that for you. And it's not just me. I have a very, very dope team that is spread all over the country, that is very diverse. So lots of women on there, lots of black folk on there, but some non-black folks on there as well that are really dope. So we have everything from a copywriting attorney to do your trademarking. We have a beast of a publisher that does your book for you, guaranteed Amazon bestseller status with that. We also take over your sales. So I get it. People are like, well, let me just teach about your sales. No, we actually do it for you. We do the marketing for you, the branding for you. We have a dope branding individual. We have somebody to do multiple branding shoots. So I had definitely stepped into the role of creative director. I did that with I had a previous client this year, and I did their commercial. So the Wealth Spa was able to do their commercial, and it looks very good. So that's under my belt. So we will make sure that your aesthetic is really good and clear. And I believe that's it. So that's coming in the next few months, having conversations to make sure we're not just doing things to do things, because my last virtual summit was a 3-day summit. It was called the Proud and Paid Masterclass, and we had over 1,000 people register. And it was on Apple TV and Roku and all of those possibilities, all those distribution channels. And I don't want it to be, it won't be that this time, but it'll be close to it. But it'll be a little bit more intimate, because our solution, we are very clear about who our solution is for. Very clear. Yep, very clear. So we don't argue. we know when it's not a good fit immediately. All right. So with all that being said, thank you so much for dropping in, tuning in. I would love to provide more information and more value to you. As always, I am Asa Leveaux. Dreams and blessings.